This is Module 1, Topic A, Lesson 2. The objective for this lesson is to reason abstractly using place value understanding to relate adjacent base 10 units from millions to thousands. So, the first thing we're going to do is write two complete number sentences. We're going to write number sentences to represent these problems. So if you look, we start with 367, and then we did something to it to turn it into 3,670. Well, in order to move those numbers one place to the left, you would multiply by 10. So the number sentence that would represent this is 367 times 10 equals 3,670. In the next one, we have that same 367, but now the numbers have moved and made the number 36 and 7/10. To move those numbers to the right would be division. And because they move one place to the right, we would be dividing by 10. So the number sentence would be 367 divided by 10 equals 36 and 7/10. So let's just take a minute and look at the similarities and the differences between the numbers you got and the numbers we started with. So the numbers we started with 367 in both. In one, we ended with 3,670, and in the other, we ended with 36 and 7/10. In both, the digits are the same, but their values have changed. Their position in the number is different. In 367 and 3,670, the 3 is 10 times larger in the product. It went from 300s and now it is 3,000s. If you look at 367 and 36 and 7/10, the 6 started out as 6/10, but once it was divided by 10, it is now 1/10 as large because it is 6 ones. So, some questions to think about. What patterns do you notice in the number of zeros in the product and the placement of the decimal in the quotient? What do you notice about the number of zeros in your factors and the shift in places in your product? What do you notice about the number of zeros in your divisor and the shift in places in your quotient? Pause the video and see if you can figure out the product without using the chart. Then we'll check your work. 4,367 times 10. So, to check our work, I'm going to put up a place value chart. And we're going to start with 4,367. Because we're multiplying by 10, each number is going to move one space to the left. And we're going to add a 0 in the ones place to fill it in. So we're going to get 4,367 times 10 ends up equaling 43,670. Let's try another one. Pause the video and see if you can figure out the product without using the chart. Then we'll check your work. 4,367 divided by 10. So to check our work, I'm going to put a place value chart up. We're going to start with 4,367, but because we're dividing by 10, we're going to move each number one place to the right. So that means that 7 is going to go after the decimal point and be moved into that tenths place. And our answer is going to be 436 and 7/10. Next time in class, we're going to practice a few more problems just like this.